if I made a swing and during my swing, I have a tendency to fall back. This is what I see so often, is that, and normally it becomes I'm trying to get under the golf ball. I hear that. Well, during the swing, take a look. If you're the teacher and I swing back, and you see, I exaggerated for it a little bit, but what happens is during my swing, and it happens just ever so slightly, and it happens on tour as well, if I fall back a little bit, well, what happens to the bottom of the arc? It now is back. So if I fall back just a little bit, I'm going to hit behind the golf ball. So that's something that happens, and it happens to me, it happens to everybody that I've ever seen play this game. Here's a great drill for understanding how not to do that. I call it my left foot, right toe. I'm going to take my left foot forward, my right toe back behind me, so my knees are about equidistant. I'm going to get into posture, and now I'm going to make a swing, and I'm going to show you face on, but I'm going to make a swing. So here's my left foot, right toe, and I'm going to make a couple practice swings and hold my follow through. Now, you know, we've all read that you don't want to flip your wrists, and that's correct, you don't. But understand, I'm not really trying to hold this grip end ahead. I'm just letting the club go. As long as I have a little pivot, then the club is not going to pass my hands. As soon as my body stops pivoting, then if I stop my pivot, the club's going to pass. If I have a little pivot, it'll allow me to keep my handle ahead and make that descending blow that we all read about. But why this left foot, right toe is so valuable is it helps you understand the pivot in the golf swing. It's a little pivot, and I am pivoting, quite honestly, I'm pivoting around my spine and around my left leg. If I pivot, then my bottom of my arc is always going to be consistent. You'll find if you try this, and you're one that you know you hit behind it or you have a tendency to fall back, if you make your swing and you fall back, I don't want much weight here on this right foot, but if you fall back during your swing, you're going to fall backwards. So it's a instant feedback. Hey, I'm on left foot, right toe. If I don't pivot correctly, I'm going to fall backwards. You throw that in with some of the chipping fundamentals in the setup that we talked about and understand that there is a little bit of a pivot. There's a pivot in a golf swing, there's a pivot in a chip, there's a pivot in just about everything except putting. That pivot has to be turning around your spine, and your spine cannot be tilting back. The left foot, right toe drill is invaluable. I know you're going to love it. Good luck with it.
One of the things that I've learned in all my years of playing professional golf, and maybe more towards my senior tour career, is try and play within yourself and try and play into your strengths. You know, when we're younger, we think we can hit the ball forever, and sometimes we don't play that smart. When I've gotten out here on the Champions Tour and I've seen some of these guys with diminishing skills get actually better games and better scoring out of it, it's because they play within themselves and to their strengths. Rather than going for a par 5 and 2, some of these guys will lay back into a 60 or 80 yard gap where they know they can up and down a good portion of the time. They're letting the longer hitters go at the greens, putting it out of bounds, hitting it in bunkers, putting it in water hazards, while they're kind of smiling, laying back into their strengths and playing from there. A lot of times we get too aggressive playing golf. We know that maybe a driver's not the right play, but we go, oh, what the heck, let's give it a shot anyway. You should know in your mind what the smart play is at all times, because a smarter golfer is going to be the one that gets it done.